Hi! 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 Hi everyone, it's time for a new TV favorites for July 2017, where I will be talking about TV shows that I've been enjoying in July, mostly shows that I've caught up with. So let's start with The OA, which was created and executive produced by Britt Marling and Zal Batmanglish. I was really excited about it because I really loved the first movie they did together, Sound of My Voice. If you haven't seen it, highly recommended. So I finally got around to watching The OA. I had heard some mixed things about it, like some people didn't like the ending, some people loved it, some people didn't really like it. I personally really enjoyed it. I mean, at first I was like, what is going on? And it got really weird at some point where I was like, oh, okay, not what I expected. But by the end of it, I was like, this is awesome. I want to see more of it. And I'm so happy because they have renewed the series for a second season. So yes. I don't want to give too much away, but the premise of the story is that this girl called Prairie just reappears after missing for 7 years, and she used to be blind but can now see. Then stuff happens from there. No matter what I thought it could be, it was definitely something completely different, but I loved it. Next is Into the Badland. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world in a society where guns aren't allowed and barons control land and commodities. In the first episode, we meet Sonny. He is what we call a clipper, which is a highly trained and loyal warrior to the barons. And action ensues, right? I had heard so many good things about Into the Badlands, and so far I've only watched season 1. I've started season 2, but only like 1 episode. So my thoughts right now are based mostly on season 1. Loved it. It's very different from everything else that's on TV. I mean, obviously the show has a lot of great action sequences, lots of great fights, and I didn't really know what to expect in terms of story, but the story is quite compelling actually. You know, there's a lot of politics and people betraying other people, wanting power struggles, everything you can imagine. It's pretty awesome. Watch it. I have heard that season 2 is not as great, but so far I'm enjoying season 2. But you know, I've only seen like 1 or 2 episodes, but we'll see. I'm excited to see more. Next is The Americans, season 5. I've loved this show from the beginning. I always end up binge watching it because, you know, once you start watching 1 episode, it's kind of hard to stop. I will say that season 5 hasn't been my personal favorite. I'm not a big fan of the Paige storyline, so I could do without that. But I still enjoyed it quite a bit. There's not as much that happened in this season, but it seems like they're heading towards wrapping up the show because season 6 will be its last, so can't wait to see how it all ends. Younger. Season 4 is currently airing, and I just adore this show. Like, I just cannot get enough. I'm always sad when the episode ends. I'm always sad when the season ends. I wish they had like double the episodes each season. Every season I get really excited when it comes back, and this season is so good. I mean, you know, all seasons are good, but I'm just so excited about this season, so I can't wait for more. Finally, Timeless. Now, I have been told to catch up on this show, especially since, you know, if you don't know the story, Timeless was canceled and then brought back to life. So it is getting a season 2, which then I thought, okay, well, if it's gonna keep going, maybe I should catch up on it, and I did. The story revolves around a group of 3 people, a scientist, a soldier, and a history professor, who go back in time in like a time machine that was invented to stop the villain of the series from changing the past to kind of fit what he needs to do. Every episode is kind of them going into past, trying to catch up with the villain, trying to figure out a conspiracy sort of thing. I enjoyed the show, but I don't think I loved it as much as other people who were watching the show did. Obviously, I enjoyed it enough that I finished season 1, and I actually started enjoying it a lot more towards the end when I started to see like a ship potential. Like, there are 2 characters that I kind of like want to get together, so that made me a little more excited about it. But I was a little bit underwhelmed with how the season ended. The cliffhanger didn't really captivate me that much, but I am happy that, you know, they have a new season, especially since people seem to love the show so much. Plus, a lot of the times, those kinds of shows tend to get a lot better in season 2, so I think I'll continue watching it to see where it goes. Those were the shows that I watched in July. Of course, I would love to hear what shows you were watching in July. Let me know in the comments. When I was preparing this video, I actually didn't think I was gonna have enough shows to fill the video, and then I was like, oh, look at that. I watched like a lot of shows, turns out. Even when I don't think I watch that much TV, I still do. It's really sad.